Because my feeling was, before I had this, what I call an epiphany, I had a pretty good life. Now, in retrospect, it may not have been that good, but at the moment, I was fine. And so I felt that, if I was going to be adjusting my attitude against atheism and recognize that there is a truth beyond atheism, then I wasn't simply going to buy into the religion, even if it was the religion I was born into. I was going to spend my time seeking truth, regardless of how it challenged the belief that was imparted into me in my raising. Okay, and that's the journey I've been on for now. I had that epiphany when I was 28. I'll be 67 this year, 2025, and I haven't deviated. I haven't, what they call turned around or backslid or whatever you want to call it, because I think I slid through the religion. Now, when I say I slid through the religion and I transcended past the religion, that took a good 30-some years. I mean, it wasn't, just one day I was an atheist, then I was religion, and then I said, well, I'm going to be awake. No, it was a process. It was a process of embracing everything that I was raised to believe, but then, because that's all I knew. But then as I walked this walk out, I studied it, I researched. I mean, I would have holy books, 5 and 6, different ones on the floor, and challenging, each of them challenging the interpretation that the other had, and I would be studying them and using common sense and wisdom to try to determine what is true. And oftentimes, I'd find the way what I was raised to believe just simply didn't make sense. And so I think as we're on this journey, this is what a lot of religious people don't do. And I think this is why they come with this attitude about people being woke. But being woke is very healthy. You don't want to be not woke. You want to be woke. You want to be awake. And so what I found over the years is, in order to become awake through religion, from religion, and then delivered from religion, is to start at this place where you have to assume that everything about the religion you believe, everything about God, Allah, Yahweh, deity, whatever you believe is probably not true. So now this journey is a journey to find truth, to seek truth. That's the only way it's going to work. But you cannot start this journey looking for truth, looking to become awake, with certain determinations that I believe this, and this is never going to change. Now, no, everything is on the table. Everything is on the table. It has to be challenged, whatever it is you believe. And you'll be surprised where that takes you. And I think what helped me in this, I want to say, deliverance from religion, not from spirituality, not from recognizing there was something greater than myself, was the 17 years I spent speaking to the young people, at juvenile detention. And at the same time, I was an elder, and then I was a pastor in a local church. And what I found was, if I was speaking to church folks in a church, just about everything I said, as long as it went down the party lines, they were going to amen me and clap me and, yeah, amen, brother, and all that. But when I'm sitting in front of these teenagers who have all different kinds of religious backgrounds, some of them even had relatives that were preachers, and some of them had relatives that were atheists. Some of them just had criminal, backgrounds, even in their families, from everywhere. And so you're not going to be able to speak to 40 kids, in an auditorium in orange jumpsuits and expecting them to amen you like they would in church. And they're going to ask you some questions. They're going to challenge you with certain questions that you just can't, write off. Like, what about all the people that, were born before Jesus, or where did, when Adam and Eve's kid, Cain, went off, where did he find his wife, from though? If Adam and Eve were the first people. I mean, you're going to find a whole lot of questions that you just can't write off. And for me, those questions help me to begin to challenge all the other things that I believe. Did they really make sense? Or there were simply things that I simply accepted because that's what it says in this book.